Snow Leopard has added some enhancements in the printing department that will be a welcome addition to every user. In this chapter, I'll show you how you can add a printer to your computer, as well as how to manage jobs sent to that printer. In addition, I'll show you how to print to a PDF file so that you can save jobs to your hard drive. This is a great way to save and share files with other people. Let's take a look at how easy it is to print using Snow Leopard. Let's take a look at how we can install a printer under Snow Leopard. I'm going to go to the Apple menu and I'm going to choose System Preferences. And if I go to the Print and Fax category, this is where I'm allowed to add printers to my computer. So I'm going to click the plus sign to add a printer. And it's going to display all the printers that it currently sees, either on my network or connected directly to my computer. So you can see that the printer that I'm installing right now is the Epson Stylus Photo RX 500, which is definitely not a new printer. It's probably older than I realize, and I'm going to try and install this under Snow Leopard. Now you'll notice the instant that I select that printer, down here at the bottom it displays the name of the printer, the location of the printer, as well as the driver that it's going to use. Now, although Apple does ship drivers from many of the current printer manufacturers, there's a slight problem in that some of the printer manufacturers are not updating their printer drivers for the latest Mac operating systems. Fortunately, Apple has included a large selection of what we call Gutenprint drivers that are open source drivers created for older printers. Now, this is a great tool because even though Epson is not updating their drivers to Snow Leopard, or at least not for this particular printer, right away the Gutenprint driver is being utilized for this particular printer to work under Snow Leopard. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Add button, and that's all there is to it. You can see that the printer is being listed. I can still open the print queue, which we're going to cover in a future video. I'm just going to go ahead and quit that for now. We can check out the options and supplies, where we can see what driver is loaded, what my current supply levels are, and this is one of the things that you may run into. You don't quite have the extensive integration that you might have from the actual printer vendor driver, but you will notice that we do have a driver that is working, and we can go ahead and click OK. And what we should probably do is to just test it, is to print a test page. This is easy enough to do. If you click the Open Print Queue button under the printer menu, you can choose Print Test Page. Now, even though I can't really show you the test page after it's printed out, this printer is functioning without a problem. So I'll go ahead and quit that print queue. Now, what we can also do, you'll notice that when this printer is added, it's automatically being shared on the network. Now, we're also getting a slight warning down here saying that printer sharing is turned off. If in fact you wanted to share this printer with other users in your household or at your workplace, it's easy enough to do. You would simply click on Show All in the System Preferences and then go to Sharing, and simply enable the checkbox next to Printer Sharing. And that would allow that printer to be shared with other users on your network. I'm going to go ahead and click Show All again and go back to Print and Fax. And down here at the bottom, you can also choose what the default printer is going to be. So if we click on this list, we can just make sure that the Stylus Photo is always the default printer, and we could choose the default paper size as well. If we click on the Scan category, this particular printer is actually a printer scanner copier. So I can in fact scan using this, and the drivers that it has installed are going to work, and you can see that currently if I try to scan, it's going to open using the built-in image capture application that ships with Snow Leopard as well. So once again, go back to the print section, and you can see how easy it is to install a printer in Snow Leopard. And even though you don't have the printer vendor's driver, Snow Leopard will use a Gutenprint driver so that you can use those old printers on the latest Mac operating